Và hôm nay sẽ có sự đại diện của bà Underleaf, bà đại diện từ trường St. Mary Twickenham University, nằm trong top 10 năm ở bên đất nước Anh. Và bà sẽ có những chia sẻ về trường của bà và những dự định cho du học sinh trong năm tới này và vào mùa dịch. Em xin được nhắc lại là những buổi tư vấn như thế này sẽ được phát sóng hàng tuần và trên các loại kênh của 012 Global, 012 VN, Naomi Official, 012 India, 012 Ả Rập, 012 Thái Lan và du học bổng định cư UK cũng như là tư vấn du học 012 Global Việt Nam. Thì mong mọi người sẽ có thể vào tham gia những buổi livestream như thế này để có thể cập nhật thêm những thông tin về những trường danh giá của UK và những cơ hội để cho chúng ta có thể du học và trải nghiệm. Right, so all these live streams are going to be on live every week. So follow up our main page so you can get notifications. And every time we'll have one of the representatives from one of the leading UK universities. Or last time we had an introduction to the Into program from the US. So everyone who is interested, please tune in, join the live streams and like and share so everyone can get to know about our programs and just chase your dreams of studying abroad. So we shall start in few seconds if everyone is ready. Thank you for joining us today. So I would like to introduce our guest from St. Mary Twickenham University, Mrs. Underleaf. Hello, Mrs.
Hi. Hi, everyone.
Nice to have you today. So may you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. Thank you very much, Hannah, for the introduction and having me on board. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Underleaf and I'm the market manager for Vietnam at St. Mary's University in London. We're a unique university, a Catholic-based university situated in London. We're a modern, friendly and welcoming institution with a reputation in educational excellence, which is owing to our 170-year history. We were actually established in 1850. We're situated on a historic and beautiful campus in southwest London, and we're well known for our excellence in education, sport and social sciences.
Lovely, thank you very much. Following question from one of our top fans. Yes, from here. So he's asking why international students should go to St. Mary Twickenham University but not any other universities. What are the advantages that they may get from, St. Mary?
That's a great question. I think there's 5 key points that are definitely worth mentioning. So firstly, I would talk about our teaching and course excellence. So students at St. Mary's get a high quality education. We're ranked first in London for course and teaching satisfaction. We boast excellent graduate employment rates and we're top-ranked London university for student experience. So overall, it's safe to say that the students that come to our university have a very positive experience. Secondly, I would talk about our excellent location. So for our international students out there considering the UK, specifically London, St. Mary's offers a friendly and welcoming campus in a very well-positioned location. So we're situated, for those that know London, right next to the River Thames within a borough called Richmond, which is one of the most beautiful, greenest and safest parts of London. We're only 30 minutes from the city centre, so we're perfect for those wanting to enjoy the capital and all the social, cultural and employment opportunities that offers. And we're also 30 minutes from Heathrow Airport, which, to those that don't know, is the largest international airport in the UK, which then makes travel and accessibility so much easier. So our university, in terms of location, is great for students that want the best of both worlds, a beautiful green and quieter campus, but within easy reach of the bustling city centre and all the fantastic things that the capital offers. Thirdly, I would highlight our affordable undergraduate and postgraduate courses across a range of subject areas. So students applying to St Mary's can select over 150 courses spanning business, law, social sciences, education, health and sports sciences, with fees less than £13,000 for undergraduate courses and less than £14,000 for postgraduate courses, which makes us very competitive, particularly for a London institution. Fourthly, I would highlight our quality and affordable on-campus accommodation. As I said before, we're a fully fledged campus university. Being slightly out of the city centre actually means that the cost of living is slightly lower and more affordable. And St Mary's offers catered campus accommodation with prices starting at around £500 per month for campus accommodation, and then off-campus accommodation is also very competitively priced for the area of London that we're situated in, with prices starting at around £400 per month for a homestay, for example. And then finally, the fifth key highlight that I would like to talk about is the fact that we're unique in offering world-class sports programs and facilities. So St Mary's is known internationally and nationally for its excellence in sport. We're actually ranked third in England for sport, and we boast Olympic standard sports facilities, which are used by professional athletes and national teams from all over the world. We also offer professional coaches across a range of sports. We've produced a number of Olympians over the years, and we were actually an official base for 10 international teams at the last London 2012 Olympics. So it's a great university overall, but obviously for those that have an interest in sport, not necessarily just to study it, but as an extracurricular activity, it's definitely one to keep top of mind.
Yeah, that was quite impressive. I hope someone been noting them down. Right, just following question from the same student. He's just wondering what are the most famous and high quality courses of your school and why they're so special and different. Can you highlight any of them?
Gosh, okay. Well, we obviously have a lot of courses like most universities. I'm going to highlight some of the ones that have been particularly popular for the Southeast Asian market. So if I start at undergraduate level, I'd definitely highlight our business management BAs, which have various pathways. So international business management, we have entrepreneurship, finance, marketing, and sport. I would say that these business programs stand out because they offer integrated work placements in year 2 and year 3, as well as the option of doing a consultancy project for an actual London business in year 3. They're all dual accredited and offer an accreditation with the Chartered Management Institute, which is our professional management body in the UK. So whilst doing their degree, students can also get their level 5 professional certificate in management and leadership. And all of this helps towards the students' employability prospects post-graduation. So the idea is that within the 3 years, they can get the relevant work experience, hands-on consultancy project, as well as a professional qualification. We also offer a number of programs within the creative arts, but I'd probably focus most on our BA in creative media, which is very relevant because it prepares students for the growing number of jobs in the creative digital media industry and design companies in London and beyond. And I think it's really exciting because this particular course offers specialist pathways in a range of areas, including filmmaking, web design, motion graphics, magazine design, digital art, and lots more. And students generally will take set modules in their first year, but then in the second and third year, that's where they can really decide where they want to specialise. And there's obviously like a great host of very industry relevant modules that they can undertake. Students also study with professional media professionals and international and national experts as well within the creative media industry. So they get that kind of real hands-on expert knowledge from industry professionals. And then on top of that, there are integrated work placement modules available within that programme. Another unique course for St Mary's that I do think is worth noting because of its brand partner is our Chelsea Football Club Foundation Coaching Development degree. So this is a programme run in association with the Chelsea Football Club Foundation. It's a 2-year foundation with the option of a 1-year top-up to make it a full bachelor degree. And within the programme, students will split their time between campus, the Chelsea training ground, and the stadium in Stamford Bridge. So it's great for any football enthusiast. They study football coaching, but they also have modules around the business of sport. And the top-up year also includes a placement with the Chelsea FC Foundation. So it's a really exciting programme for anyone interested in football. Then just quickly to go on to our postgraduate programmes, again, there's a whole host spanning the subject areas that I mentioned, but I will highlight again our business programmes, our international big business MSCs, which have various strands either in management, finance, accounting and sport. And we're also one of a few universities in the UK to offer a specialist MA in charity management, which is specifically for students that want to work in the charity and voluntary sector. And again, these courses are special because they offer an integrated industry placement module as well. So within the 12-month degree, these are all 1-year programs, by the way, at postgraduate level. They also offer the option of an integrated placement so students can get relevant work experience within 1 semester of their program. And like in the undergraduate programs, they also have dual accreditation with the Chartered Management Institute. So students can gain their level 7 diploma in strategic management and leadership alongside their degree. And again, this is a great professional qualification to aid our postgraduate students' employability prospects. Other unique programs, just to quickly brief you on, is within health sciences, the psychology of mental health. This is an MSc which looks at specialist aspects of caring for people with mental illness. And on this course, students get the opportunity to complete a work placement in an applied setting, and they also gain advanced qualitative and quantitative research skills. So it's great for students that want to then get into clinical psychology or perhaps further research at PhD level. And then again, within sports science, we have a wide range of programs, including a pre-registration physiotherapy degree, but also we have a very popular MSc in applied sports and exercise physiology. This has a strong focus on the practical application of skills and knowledge. So it's very practice-based, hands-on, and the content is aligned to the professional competencies identified by the British Association of Sport and Exercise Sciences. So it's got that relevant professional accreditation. And it also offers excellent sports facilities, including 3 human performance laboratories. That's just a snapshot of some of our programs. As I said, we have over 150, also within education, liberal arts. I touched on some of the social sciences, but there's a broad range. I would really advise to have a look at our website, which is very easy to navigate and obviously gives a full list of all of our programs with the details. And there's a very cool key that you can use to compare. So you can basically get a chart of some courses where there's some kind of overlap to see where the key distinguishing factors are within each different program. So I hope that helps. It's a little snapshot. There's obviously a very long list, but that would take forever to go through.
Sorry. Yeah, that was very informative. Right. So just to in brief, because we have audience coming in and out. So just a snapshot, like a briefer snapshot. So what are the top courses that you have within the university that offers the placement?
Well, all of our undergraduate programs offer a placement opportunity. So that's across all of our subject areas: business, law, social sciences, education, health, and sports sciences. So within creative arts, business, pretty much all of our undergraduate programs offer a placement module integrated within year 2 and year 3. And then at postgraduate level, our business MScs offer integrated placement opportunities. A lot of our sports programs and health related programs also have, they're generally very practical focused, but also have integrated placements. Not every single MSc, so it's important to check the website to ensure, but generally our business programs and a large number of our health and sports science programs have an option to do a work placement module.
Lovely. Right. So that's one of the questions from our audience as well. Are your courses guaranteed 100% with placement? So you're saying all of your undergraduate courses will have a placement?
Yeah, they all have the option of a placement. I think it's really important to manage expectations regarding placements overall. In a pre-COVID world, yes, I could say that they are guaranteed. Obviously, the landscape has changed dramatically as a result of this pandemic. So we do advise students to be mindful that placements will be available, but they will be subject to the pandemic. So we don't know, none of us anywhere in the world at this point can really predict what the world is going to look like this time next year, or in the summer of next year when most students would be looking to do their placements. So assuming that all is fine and we kind of go back to normal, whatever normal might be, then yes, the focus really is on ensuring that students will get placements. But I do think it is mindful to caveat that with it will be subject to the pandemic.
Right. Yeah. Obviously, with the current circumstances, we have to bear that in mind, and things might change. May I just ask you, so what about the scholarship opportunities for our international students?
Sure. So we offer some great scholarships at undergraduate level. For international students, we offer scholarships of £3,000 for the first year. So that would mean for successful students, it would bring their course fees just under £10,000 for year 1, £9,900. For postgraduate applicants, we offer scholarships of £1,500, which would bring course fees to less than £12,500 for that year. In some cases at postgraduate level, we may increase that amount up to £2,000, but that's subject to approval and is assessed on a case-by-case basis. But generally, our postgraduate scholarships start at £1,500. In terms of how students can get these scholarships, the main thing is, I would say, to apply early. So we obviously have a January intake for a select number of postgraduate students. If there are any listeners out there that are thinking of a January intake, for example, in business or some health science subjects, St Mary's is still accepting applications, and we still are allocating scholarships for that, the £1,500 scholarship. So they would really need to apply now because obviously the course starts in January. For listeners thinking of applying for September 2021, obviously you have a larger window, but for scholarships, I would say the sooner you apply, the better, because scholarships are generally allocated on a first come, first served basis, subject to students obviously meeting our criteria. The criteria being that we'd be looking for academically strong students, essentially that exceed our entry criteria, with very focused personal statements. It's important that we see in your SOPs, why you specifically want to study at St Mary's. And of course, a good level of English also helps towards your application. There's no set deadlines at this point. Obviously, apart from the January intake, you'd really need to apply by the end of this year. However, if students are applying for September and they're allocated a scholarship, let's say they apply within the next month and they're allocated a scholarship, within their scholarship letter, they will be given a deadline, which may be a couple of weeks or a month or two. And by that point, they will need to pay their deposit in order to secure their scholarship. So the deposit at St Mary's for all of our programmes is £5,000. So students will need to make that deposit of £5,000 as part of their condition. Once all of the conditions are met, including the deposit payment, that's when we start the process for their CAS or their visa application.
Yeah. Oops. Thank you very much. Right. Just the last question, I think, from one of our students. Quite interested in the experience with international students. So as you know, in London it's quite a multicultural hub in here. And can you please tell us about what is it like, the international kind of like aspect within your university? And do you have any stories to share or anything?
Great question. St Mary's, I would have to say, it's a smaller institution compared to some of the other well-known London institutions. So unlike some where we have, 10, 20, 30,000 students, St Mary's has a student population of around 5,500 students, of which around 10 to 12% are international. And what's, I think, unique about our institution, particularly for London, is our international students come from all over the world, whereas in certain larger institutions, they might be more concentrated, let's say in South Asia or Southeast Asia. So we have over 90 different nationalities represented on campus, large numbers coming from the Americas, North, South America, a large number from Europe, and then Central Asia, and then obviously growing numbers now from South Asia and Southeast Asia. So I think what's quite unique about the experience is because it's a smaller institution, students are more likely to mingle and make friends easier because you're in a closer environment and you get to know your lecturers, your professors really well, and you're more a name, not a number. And a lot of people really appreciate that. Don't get me wrong, some students want to be kind of in the thick of it in a huge sprawling campus, which is spread all over the city centre and with thousands of students. But there are a lot of students that probably want a kind of home away from home experience, so more of a community feel where they get to know their peers easily. But then I suppose the benefit is being in central London or very close to central London, which, as you know, and you described, Hannah, is a melting pot. And it is one of the most diverse and integrated cities in the world. So, for example, I'm a Londoner myself, and if I want Vietnamese food, there's a place in East London where you've got a whole strip of Vietnamese food, but then next door to that you've got the best place for Indian or Pakistani food, and then further down the road you go for Italian food or English. So you never feel like a stranger, which I think is so wonderful for international students because it is such a melting pot. Within St Mary's, as I mentioned, what's so nice is that we have students from all over the world. So you get this really rich experience, not only from our home students, but then from mixing with students from Europe. And as I said, our roots are actually in the Catholic Church, which is more about our ethos and our values. And that's really about being welcoming to students from all faiths or none. And having that kind of more holistic community feel. So the fact that we're ranked so highly for student satisfaction, I think says a lot about the way students feel when they come to St Mary's. I wasn't sure, Hannah, if we were going to have some students that have actually been to St Mary's on the show, but I think they'd be best placed to really talk about their student experience. I think really it's best to hear it from a student in terms of their student experience. But if you do go onto our website and you look at all the different courses, generally underneath you will have biogs by students to give, you know, or anecdotal scripts from students talking about their personal experience. And I think that's a great way to get a real idea and feel for the university. Also, we have an international pages on the website, and I would definitely direct listeners there to see, to find out more about specific international experiences from students themselves.
Great, thank you very much. I'm in London myself, and to be honest, it's a lot of things to do in here. It's a lot for the international students, especially, even if they are far from home. So I'm sure that we can find a favorite place, a new favorite place in here, new favorite people, and everything. I think one of our students is quite interested in one of the courses within the university. She's asking, do you offer PGCE courses?
Yes, we do.
Could you please tell more of what kind of PGCE courses are, and what does it cover?
Okay, so for PGCE, this is postgraduate programs for students that want to obviously specialise in teaching. So we offer primary PGCEs and secondary PGCEs in different subject areas. So English, geography, history, mathematics, physical education, religious education, and science. They're all 1 year with a focus, obviously, on teacher training. So all of our programs are, so let me give you some background first. I'll just backtrack. The roots of St Mary's are actually in education. We started out as a teacher training college, so we're probably best known internationally for our programs in education, and all of our teacher training programs are rated as outstanding according to Ofsted. So the teacher training programs give students a lot of hands-on in-class training. The only thing that we need to be mindful of is for international students applying for PGCE programs. So they need to be within the UK prior to application in order to qualify. And they are required to interview also for the program as well. So those are some of the things to be mindful of when you're applying for a PGCE.
Lovely, thank you very much. All right, I think that's enough for today. Thank you for everyone for joining in. So just want to say thank you, Ms. Lee, for joining us today as well. It was a pleasure to having you today, and thank you for sharing your experience as well as all your knowledge about St Mary Twickenham University. Hope it's been useful, and someone might contact you after this. We'll be happy to contact everyone who might be interested. If you have any questions, please pop in the comment section, so we'll be happy to answer them all for you after the live stream. So thank you for joining us again today, Ms. Lee, and we hope to see you again. Have a good day.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for listening, everyone.
Take care. See you again. Bye-bye. Right, thank you everyone for coming for joining our live stream today. Don't forget to pop your lucky numbers. As you know, we have lottery this month, so you just need to pop in 5-digit number into the comment section down below, and we'll pick one lucky winner in the end of the month to receive our certificate, a gift certificate. So make sure you take a screenshot after that, so then we can kind of have a proof of your participation in the live stream. Thank you. Hope the information was helpful. Xin cảm ơn mọi người đã tham gia với buổi livestream ngày hôm nay, và cũng mong là cô Lip đã có những chia sẻ rất là có ích cho mọi người và cho những các bạn du học sinh mà có ý định du học nhưng mà lại e ngại do dịch và thời điểm hiện tại. Thì cô cũng như cô đã nói là những bạn nào mà có dự định đi học và cũng như là có những nhu cầu đang xem trường St. Mary Twickenham, thì cô cũng đã nói là deadline để nhập học cho tháng 1 vẫn còn mở và mọi người có thể apply, và vẫn có rất là nhiều suất học bổng dành cho du học sinh cho tháng 1 năm tới đây. Nên mọi người cứ liên lạc hoặc là để lại một comment ở dưới phần bình luận, thì bên công ty sẽ liên lạc lại với mọi người. Và cũng cảm ơn mọi người đã tham gia buổi livestream ngày hôm nay. Và đừng quên hãy để lại một con số có 5 chữ số để có thể tham gia vào cuộc thi giành chiến thắng trong người chiến thắng sẽ được công ty 012 chọn vào cuối tháng này để nhận được một phần quà thưởng từ 012 Global do các bạn đã tham gia vào những buổi livestream. Và hẹn gặp lại mọi người một buổi livestream tiếp theo vào thứ 6 tuần này với một đại diện nữa từ trường bí mật, nên mọi người hãy tham gia và đặt chuông báo để có thể tìm hiểu thêm về những cơ hội du học vào năm nay, vào thời điểm hiện tại, vào điểm dịch. Cảm ơn mọi người đã tham gia vào buổi livestream ngày hôm nay và hẹn gặp lại mọi người vào buổi livestream lần sau. Bye bye.